Guys, this is not the NFL. This is college football. We don't get a lot of fourth quarter game-winning drives. So we're going to highlight it. We're going to go through play-by-play and just go through it. Now, I haven't watched it since Saturday. So if I miss something, this is not pre-planned. This is just me watching it with you guys. So let's go through it here. First and 10, OU takes over the own 25. I think what you noticed here in the fourth quarter and really late third quarter on, and John Mateer obviously ends the game with 11 straight completions. And God, do I not care about wrestling. On my college football Saturday, this is the shit I got to see. Sorry for those of you out there that sort of thing offends, but God, wrestling. I'm sorry for those of you who care about it. Anyway, I got distracted. The third and fourth quarter, it felt like Oklahoma finally figured out, just beat them to death in the middle of the field. Mid-range passing, all of it. So it feels like Oklahoma kind of realized, oh, we've got that. We can do that when we want to do that. So they kind of just kept it moving forward. So here, again, you just see them 5, 6, 7 yards at a time, and then hoping, they've got these smaller explosive receivers, hoping they can get some yak, a little yardage after the completion. So I know it's yardage after catch. I get it. Calm down. To me, if there was any great flaw in Oklahoma's plan, there wasn't enough Jaren Kanak. I talked about it in Under the Hood. I don't think there was a number of catches or targets he could have gotten that would have been too many for me. Auburn cannot deal with the tight end. And I think Oklahoma's going to run into a lot of that this year, where a guy with Kanak's unique skill set is really, really tough for defenses to contend with at the college level. This is an otherworldly throw. I want to say I've bagged on the referees a couple times. Good for them. This is a catch. On any planet that understands football, this is a catch. I don't understand why a guy has to be walking back to the huddle and still have control of the ball. The guy rips it out when the play is over. Okay, cool. Good for him. I love that he's still trying. But the play was it's absolutely still on. And do they? Yeah. Okay. So catch, 3 steps, and then as he's falling down, worried about hitting the cheerleaders outside of the white, the ball gets knocked off. What are we doing? He's been let's see. He has been out of bounds. All right. So catch. 1 step. 2 step. He's got 3 easily in bounds while he's had control of the ball. And then he's got 1 long stride, falling down, and now, like I said, almost off of the white, almost off of the referee's area on the out of bounds. And the ball gets knocked out. That's a catch. That just should be a catch. I feel like they've worked so hard to take the common sense out of football and just make it paint by numbers, and that's not the way that, what's the point of having referees if this is the way we're going to do this stuff, where there's no context to any of it? Just have robots out there. I don't understand how that was ever. It's bang bang. To be fair, I don't want to be harsh on that referee that called it incompletion, but in review, this should take about 5 seconds. This is just not a hard call. The ball's not moving. Now, I applaud the Auburn guy for his effort. He kept fighting the whole way. Like, I get it. And he almost got something he shouldn't have. But let's get back to holy shit, this throw. This might be the best throw I've seen John Mateer make this year. And I think George said that on the post-game pod. And I think here's a very real contender. Look at the touch on this thing. It's just beautiful. And so, like, when people talk to me about his accuracy and his mechanics, and you can't have a problem with accuracy and make throws like that. It doesn't happen. You can make some throws, but you're not dropping it with touch like that. That's because the coverage is good here. I want to watch Satania here. I want to see how long. Yeah, he doesn't even put his hands up until the last second. And that's when the Auburn corner reacts and realizes he's in trouble. Boom, hands up. Like, he's just running. That's just well done by both ends of that completion. And yes, again, to be very clear, a completion. All right. 1st and 10, Oklahoma. I guess 1st and goal at the 9. Ooh, tough break there. I didn't realize it. Like 9.5, about as long as a 1st and goal can be. Boy, Deion Burks, and I know, again, I'm not like, oh, he hasn't gotten his credit. He's gotten some credit, and he deserves it. Dude made a hell of a block, locked up that corner, and really was the difference in that play, going for 5 or 6 and going for a touchdown. And credit to John Mateer, lowering his shoulder, going and making a play. Just really, really impressive there. Let's watch the O-line too. Yeah, Derek Simmons just lets his guy run himself out of the play. Febechi, you don't see the back block every day. I hadn't even noticed this. So, okay, so you've got Derek Simmons here. His guy, His guy is going to run wide. Simmons just follows him out, keeps him out of the play. Febechi, again, I have young kids now, so I'm starting to say shit that I shouldn't be saying. Sorry. Again, I usually don't cuss much on this. I apologize. He understood the assignment here. Watch him. He's like, he's got to wall this guy right here. I got to keep him inside. I've got to give Mateer room to bounce into this gap right here, which is obviously the intention. And he gets caught reaching. He gets out over, and again, part of this is just Febechi was not healthy in this game. And he's overextended, so what's he do? He's like, all right, this is posting out. Blocking out. I knew that didn't sound right. Blocking out in basketball. He's just putting his butt on the guy, and he's like, I'll move you out of the way. And he does enough, and then Mateer and Deion Burks do the rest. That's great. You know what? Just for the sake of the moment, and because you just don't see a butt block every day, get it, Febechi. Get your fireworks. And then Deion Burks deserves some fireworks, and John Mateer for just being the tough-ass dude that he is. Man, yeah, again, gutsy drive. They made it look easier than it was, but that's a really good Auburn defense. And Oklahoma, again, it felt like they really figured out how they wanted to attack Auburn after half. Like they found more rhythm than they'd had at any point in the rest of the game. And really, it started when OU was up 10-3, and they hit those couple of passes, and they're driving on the field. I think they're at like the Auburn 25 or something, 22 maybe, and end up, Mateer fumbles it after a couple of completions back to back. And again, like, they never found it again in the first half, but they definitely cleaned some things up at halftime. Mateer's just got to hit him there. That's just a. I'd like to see, does it show us? Yeah, here we go. No, this is going to be the touchdown run. Can we see doesn't show us the 2-point conversion, huh? Okay. All right, well, we're going to see the 2-point conversion, but let's watch this side. So again, watch the Febechi Nwaiwu butt block. Yeah, just get that in there. Little hip him around. Attaboy. Hey, whatever you got to do sometimes. It ain't always about being pretty. It's just about getting the job done. So, well done to Oklahoma's offense.